So this weekend I am going camping on the motorcycle. I bought a tent, sleeping bags, pillows, pads, and all the other stuff that you need to have when you're going to sleep in a tent. And before I go on this trip, I thought I better put all the equipment together first, try it out, see how it fit, and make sure everything was okay before I tried to do it, and that I knew how to set it up. This little bugger was a little harder than I expected, because these little poles that hold the give structure to the tent were not real easy to deal with. I mean, they unfold and they pop into a long pole real easy. There's elastic inside the pole, and you can unfold it, and when you unfold it, it extends and makes a regular long pole. But getting it through the things was not a problem. But the tension at the feet, when you try to put the rod into that little hole that holds the tent together, that's a lot of pressure, and it wasn't a real easy thing to do. Then over here I have the sleeping pad that the sleeping bag goes on top of, and this big one here is the sleeping bag, which is supposed to be a small hiker's type bag, but it's pretty big, but it seems really nice and warm. Then I've got my rain gear over here, and the tent is waterproof, so that's really cool. And then I was getting my gear together that I need, like first aid kit, a hammer, got a lighter, and a tire patch kit, and a pump for the to pump up the tire if it should go down. Then I also have something that Susie bought me. I never thought I would ever use, and I almost threw it away. This is a lamp that you put on your head, and you can and it's got a really bright light, and you can put it on your head while you're doing things at nighttime in the campground and in your tent without having to stand there and hold the flashlight. Ingenious. Like I said, I never had any clue whatsoever that I'd ever need this thing, but I sure am glad I didn't throw it away. I don't know if I'll need this or not, but this is bear spray. I don't know if there's any bears around Clear Lake, or if there are, if I would run into one, but I don't want to be caught without some kind of protection. And I don't want to go there to be bear food. Well, this is Clear Lakes Oaks, and my campsite is, I think, over on the other side or around the edge here. This is the main part, though, of Clear Lakes Oaks, it looks like. We have somebody pulling his boat out of the water. The hills in the back, or the mountains in the back, were Kanaktai volcano, inactive volcano. So this is Clear Lake. The water is a little green. It's not as bad as I saw in some of the videos, though. With the moss and everything. Well, the last one I saw was like stuff was floating on top of it, and it looked pretty bad. But this is looking pretty nice. I'm glad I decided to come out here. Yeah, it's definitely not a clear lake. So today's a beautiful day, and I had a nice ride up to Clear Lake. Traffic wasn't too bad, roads were pretty fast, and it was really kind of nice. Did stop on the way and have a McMuffin and sausage and egg and a cup of coffee, and that's about it. Nice comfortable ride though. I had a really good time. I got here quite a bit faster than I expected. It's about 10:30. And I can't even check into my campsite until after 12 today. So I'll kind of get a little sight of the area and get some videotaping done, and then check in later and we'll see what the campsite is like. Do you hear that? You can't hear anything. It's quiet out here, and this is in town. Every now and then a truck drives by or something and you can hear that, but this is off a park bench sitting by the lake, and it's so quiet you can barely hear a pin drop. Well, this is the little girl all packed up, and we're ready to do our camping stuff. I have the big suitcase and the tent here on top, and inside I've got my other stuff, the pads, the sleeping bags, all the camping gear and everything. So it's well set up. When I get the box on it, I'll have even more stuff, probably a whole lot more than I'm ever going to use. So the campsite area that I'm staying on is on a peninsula. So we're surrounded by water on three sides. This way, and then you've got the peninsula, and then over here you have the lake. That'd be kind of nice to have a house sitting right here, and your boat house and boat right down there. Yeah, well, I've got it pretty darn good. I really don't need no boat or boathouse, so God's taken really good care of me. Another view of the area. This park also has where you can hook up your RV or a small mobile home too, and run it by the week or whatever you want. Yeah, it's really pretty cool. And you know, it's kind of nice is that it's only barely 2 hours away from Sacramento. Very close. So we're going to take a little tour around Clear Lake. Well, now I'm in the little town of Clear Lake. It's about 20 miles away from where I was, the camp area. Camp area is in Clear Lake Oaks. If I can learn how to talk. This isn't much different than there. It's just quiet. Real quiet. So there's nobody down here swimming or anything, but looks like it's you got it kind of blocked off. Or you could go out there, I guess, if you wanted, but I think with the rains and everything, the lake is probably a little higher than it normally had been, because all that green stuff growing up are the bushes that are underneath the water. And it still doesn't really look too appetizing to me. So I found myself a nice little rocky area to sit down and relax and take this in for a while. I don't have anything really to do at all except ride around and look at stuff and just enjoy everything that's here. It's kind of nice. It's a nice cool breeze just gently blowing in. I'm underneath a big shady tree just right off the lake. It's quite nice. And we got the bike parked over yonder there. Well, I'm at my campsite. It is in a gated community, so I don't have to worry about anybody. I'm not really out in the wild, but it looks like I'll be setting up in between those two trees there. There's a boat ramp if I had a boat, but then again I'd have to have a saw to cut down the tree that's fallen onto the boat ramp. So this is built on a peninsula, and my campsite faces the lake. The backside of the camp faces I guess some kind of a inland part for boats to get in and out. Well, like I said, it's a peninsula, so we're surrounded by water and houses. A lot of houses too. Yeah, not bad. They look pretty nice. So I'm here, and I guess I'll get myself getting going here and get this thing set up, and then maybe take off for a little ride. So here I am. I'm laying under a tree alongside my tent. I'm camped. The only thing is I'm here and I'm camped and I'm ready to go. What do you do now? I didn't bring a fishing pole, and it's a little too warm to go walking. I guess I just have to stay here in the shade and take it easy. I wonder what it's like out on the water. Probably pretty cool, I would think, when you're next to the water. We're not doing too bad. We're probably in the mid 80s right now, maybe a little bit more, but definitely not the hundreds, 105 and stuff like that we've been seeing. Look like some more fishermen coming in. I wonder if they're all done fishing. That's what's going on, huh? So this is the campsite. My little one-man tent. I'm all broken out here and in camping mode. So I found a nice relaxing spot where a light breeze is blowing through the trees, and watching the water ripple and the ducks go by and all the bugs flying around, and just sitting here in my peace and quiet, enjoying myself. This is really nice. It's nice with nothing to do but just to sit and relax, nothing to worry about, and just enjoy nature. Pretty cool. The sun's going to be setting pretty soon. Hopefully we'll have a nice sunset tonight. Of course, there's no clouds, so that won't help very much. I'm anxious to see a dark sky and see what the clouds or the stars look like. Can't see any stars in the Sacramento area. See over there, those big volcanoes. Oh, they haven't gone for a long time. They call them still alive, but they haven't done anything for thousands of years. Seems like everywhere you go, there's volcanoes all over the place. Got something in that tree over there. I don't know what kind of bird that is. I don't have a telephoto, so I can't really zoom in on it, but there's a couple of them in that tree. Interesting looking birds. There goes. Huh. So we have a boat ramp here. I don't know if I'd want to walk out there on it, though. I don't really know what's holding it up here. Just a loose rope, rather. The place is starting to fill up with campers. Should be able to catch a sundown up there. So I wonder if this place fills up at nighttime. Oh, okay. So now that's what I call a Friday night cruise. So I found a nice place to sit and relax and look at the sunset. I love this. Look at that. All these, nature supplied all these chairs for me to sit on. How do you like that? So I met a nice lady. She's here camping by herself, and she's fishing, out here fishing for bass. Huh. There's a few people doing that out here. I've been told that they catch fish out here, so I guess that's pretty cool. So I was reading about the lake, and the volcanoes are what created the lake. And this is one of the biggest lakes, I guess, in Northern California, or California, I'm not sure. It's really big. It's not bigger than Lake Tahoe, but Lake Tahoe is half of it's in Nevada and the other half is in California. So you can't count Lake Tahoe. So this is a big lake. Can you imagine what this place looked like back when the volcanoes were going off? All the lava and stuff. They must have probably killed dinosaurs and everything else out here at that time, huh? I just love to look at nature though, because you never know. You can't imagine what has taken place here, you know, over the millions of years, how everything changes and how everything becomes what it is. It's pretty incredible. I just saw a big old bass jump right up out of the water. He was big too. You know, one thing I noticed, there's no mosquitoes around here. I don't know if it's just this place or whatever, but man, there's no mosquitoes, no bugs, no flies. There's bugs, a lot of dragonflies, but no mosquitoes or any other pesky kind of bugs. Pretty cool. Well, daylight's going, the sun is setting on this special day of camping. I'm a camper. Well, this is the end of the camping trip, and I just have to load the bike up and go. I still don't know how I got all that stuff on this bike. It's a very quiet, peaceful morning. As you can see, the water has barely a ripple in it. There's no breeze. It is a nice cool morning though. I should have a pretty quick ride home, and it shouldn't get too hot. So this is it for the Great American Camper until we get again a little later, probably next month.